relationships are the most important thing in the world, and I have a lot of feelings about them. So, hello world and welcome to the video. I want to talk about friends today because it's finals week, college is ending, and I have a lot of reflections. I want to first flashback. I was in like 2nd grade, I think, and I wrote this song called The Friend Flow. That's what I'll call it. It didn't have a title. I was an aspiring songwriter as a young one. If only I ever got good at it. Still so bad. And there's this really amazing lyric. Friends come and friends go, and that's all part of the big friend flow. Somehow cannot get that out of my mind. I've repressed a lot of memories, but not that one, so what's up with that mind? I think it's interesting that, like, as a very young child, I was already kind of clued into, like, you know, life changes. Life is change. That's Buddhism. Among other things that are Buddhism. And also, that is also not Buddhism. That's also just life. Yeah, and I think I've, like, done a pretty good job of embracing that mentality over the years. I think there have been times when, you know, we could probably do better, but in the past 4 years since I've been at college, I've made some really amazing friends, and I've also lost some friends, and I've made friends in like the last 3 to 6 months that have been really, really important to me. And I've been doing a lot of reflections on, like, now that I'm leaving, where are my friendships at, and what does that mean, and where are they gonna go, because things are not quite what I imagined they would be. In the past year, I've categorized my friends into 3 different categories to help me decide the time I want to spend with them and the investment that I want to make. And I wanted to share that with you all, with the note that, like, these aren't hierarchical and I'm not telling you what to do with your friends, but I think that you should definitely do an inventory of the people that you're keeping in your life, because it has a huge impact on you. The first category of friend is the friendly acquaintance. This is a lot of the people that we actually call our friends. They're the people that you see walking around campus. You, like, might wave to them, maybe you see them in the coffee shop occasionally. This is also potentially your coworkers, depending on your relationship with your coworkers. And I want to make a note that I don't believe in, like, personal relationships and professional relationships. I think that, like, the line is way too blurry and people use way too many personal relationships as professional relationships, and so, like, why are we just pretending that they're separate because we know they're not? And also, why are we separating our work from our lives? Because your work is your life, because you're living it. Anyways, these are people that, like, you don't really hang out with them a lot, but you see them and you would consider them a positive influence on your life. The point is that, like, you're not really that deep with them. They just kind of exist. The second and third categories are your actual friends, but I broke them out into 2 separate things because there's a really big difference between the 2, and the first one is your proximity friends. These are friends that you might go do activities with, hang out with them in your free time, you do sports, you go to the bars, and you've probably had some pretty deep conversations with these people about life, about your dreams, about whatever, and they kind of know who you are on a more deeper level. These are the same qualities that go to the other type of friend, the third category, which is your, like, lifelong. So I think that the difference between your best friends and your proximity friends are when you're far away from those people, how close of a contact you will keep with them, which is why I said proximity friend, because it's like, if I'm close to someone, it's really easy to be friends with them, but if I'm across the country, I'm probably not going to try that hard because I don't really care that much, and that's not necessarily bad. So what is the purpose of categorizing your friends? I think it's important to know the difference and where people are in your life, and that's not making a judgment of them, it's just saying, this is the level that I'm at with these people. Because I think it's good to acknowledge, like, maybe I need to really invest in a better relationship with this person. And that can be for whatever reason. It should definitely be to, like, better you as a human. But it's okay to be like, that person has a really good business connection and I need that to follow my dreams, so I'm gonna invest in that relationship. But it's also okay to be like, I'm really close with this person and I don't really think that that's benefiting me emotionally or psychologically or helping me become who I really want to be. And kind of distance yourself from that person. It isn't really a judgment negatively on either of you. It's just the reality of the world. The biggest lesson out of this is to accept change. Like, friends are going to shift along this spectrum, if you want to call it that. People are going to come and go in your life, and that's really, really unavoidable. And I think coming out of college, that's something that I've really come to terms with. That, like, I had friends that I've made, like, the first week of college that I thought I'd be friends with forever. And in the last, like, 3 months, I really lost a lot of those friends. My personal strategy when I'm looking at all these different types of categories is that I keep a very small number of, like, best friends. These are people that are spread out across the country, across the world, and I might not talk to them every day, I might not talk to them once a week, I might talk to them, like, once every 6 months, which is probably a problem we should work on, but these people I feel like are, like, lifelong friends for me that I just click with. so deeply, and I don't know what I would do without them. And I've had a hard time acknowledging my proximity friends, apparently, and I think that's okay too. I think as long as we're able to accept that people come and go, it's a lot easier to enjoy things in the moment and then let them go. Which brings me to my next thing, that like, my ideal strategy for dealing with friends is to do what Marie Kondo does with her organizing, but apply it to people and say thank you when something leaves from your life. And ideally, I would invest in the time to like acknowledge people and be like, I really appreciate you and thank you for what you have done for me. The reality is I like to run from my problems, and I have not said goodbye officially to a lot of people that I'm never going to see again in like 4 days. And maybe I'll cry about that later, but right now, I'm just not really there. So instead I'm making a video to everyone that I met in college. Thank you for shaping my life. I wouldn't be where I am without each and every person that I've come across in the last 4 years. And I am so, so, so grateful. You all came to me when I was like down on myself. You believed in me, you lifted me up. When I didn't even think that I needed something, y'all were there for me. And you also taught me so many things, intentionally or on accident, by being assholes. You know, I know ultimately that you're all good people. So thank you. Thank you for coming into my life and crossing my path. Look at that. I just Marie Kondo'd everyone. Does it count? Probably not. Marie Kondo would not be happy because I did not touch it. You're supposed to touch the thing, see if it sparks joy, and if it doesn't, you say thank you and then you get rid of it. But I didn't touch everyone. Like, you know, not like actually, but like psychologically. Like, I think if I met with everyone for coffee and then said thank you, Marie Kondo would be pleased. My college career's ending, and I'm really, 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 really excited. I'm finally feeling good about where I'm at in the world and getting back in touch with my dreams, and I feel really good about it. So I think good things are coming, and I'm okay letting things go. The world is full of change, and yes, I might emotionally distance myself and never be vulnerable with certain people, but it's worked out for me so far. Bye! I just realized also that maybe the fan is making a lot of noise in the background, but am I gonna get up? No, I'm not.